live on your tablet, phone, and the KUTV app. This is 2 News Live.
Thanks for joining us on 2 News Live. I'm Jake Taylor. It's Friday, February 16th. We're going in depth tonight on an exclusive interview with Utah School Board member Natalie Klein. Before we dive into that, here's a look at what's making headlines. Prosecutors in Kansas City are moving ahead with charges in connection with the mass shooting at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade. Now, 2 juveniles are facing gun-related and resisting arrest charges. Additional charges are expected as the investigation continues. Police initially detained 3 juveniles, but released one who they determined wasn't involved in the shooting. And a New York judge has ordered Trump and his co-defendants to pay more than $350 million. The ruling also bars Trump from running any company in New York for 3 years. Judge Arthur Engoron released the decision 4 months after finding Trump had committed fraud by inflating his assets and net worth, all to get better terms on loans and insurance as well. The judge also banned sons Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump from running a corporation in New York for 2 years, saying they intentionally falsified business records. Drivers along I-15 in Sandy will notice the city's new flag flying at the headquarters of Colonial Flag. The 20 by 30 foot long flag is the first to officially represent Sandy. The flag represents, they say, Sandy's connection to the mountains, clean air, open spaces, the state of Utah, and the United States as well. A warning to anyone planning to visit Zion National Park this President's Day weekend: prepare for lots of traffic. Shuttles will not be running, so visitors will have to use their personal vehicles on Zion Canyon Scenic Drive. Parking is going to be limited. Plan to arrive early and expect some pretty long waits, especially at the south entrance. As we go in depth tonight, you can always get in touch with us during the show. Use the hashtag 2NewsLive to join our conversation. And we go now hearing from an entirely interesting and very exclusive interview. Utah State School Board member Natalie Klein speaking about her decision to post a photo questioning the gender of a Utah high school girls basketball player. Klein made comments today in an exclusive interview with 2 News. Brian Malahi spoke with Klein. Brian, he joins us now. So this is an interview many people have wanted to hear. Natalie Klein, they want answers from her, not just speaking in social media, but answering very important questions and tough questions. What did Klein tell you about her decision to post that photo?
Well, she says it developed after a person that is a constituent was at a basketball game and had noticed some players on the other basketball team and wondered if they might be boys, and went over to try to talk to someone about that. And they essentially, according to Klein, shut this father down, and then he contacted her. She posted this afterward and said that she did not mean to target this girl, but she also conceded today that the girl is absolutely a victim in this case, and that if she had to do it again, she would not do it again. She said she was surprised by the comments that were vicious in some cases related to this post and related to this girl. And she's also said that she tried to reach out to the girl's family. She and the girl's father did exchange some text messages, according to Klein. She says she feels terrible about this. So on the one hand, we heard contrition from Natalie Klein today. On the other hand, we also heard that she is being targeted with election interference from the state Republican Party and from the governor and the lieutenant governor and others, she says, who have a very different agenda for education. She has spoken out in favor of traditional values in education. She says others who are put off by that, who oppose that, have come after her. So on the one hand, contrition and a feeling like this girl was victimized, and if she ever had to do this post again, she wouldn't do it. This is what Natalie Klein said. On the other hand, we also heard, well, I have also been targeted, and that there's a double standard, that some people make outrageous statements. Politicians and others make outrageous statements, and there is no backlash like the kind of backlash that she has been subjected to, she says, in the last week or so. So, those are a couple of the key points of this interview. The other thing that she said is that she is going to continue on the state school board. She's not going to resign, and she's also going to continue her re-election campaign for a second term on the Utah State School Board.
So, Brian, you said that she's going to stay the course. She's not going to resign, although many people have called on her to do that. She said that she feels terrible about the situation. Is there any point she said that she would resign, or anything more that she says she will do to show her contrition?
Well, I asked why she wants the job. I mean, why given all that has happened? And this isn't the first time that Natalie Klein has faced criticism for some of her words. In fact, there are some who say, well, this is a part of a series of comments by her. And I asked, why do you want the job? And she said, well, I have a passion and a purpose to help kids. Those are her words. And some people say, well, this was exactly the opposite of that. This was harming a child. This was harming a teenager, not helping. And Klein says, no, my purpose is not to do that. My purpose is to help kids and to try to improve the education system. And that's why she wants to stay the course, she said. She also said, look, the voters will decide. And up or down, in or out, she'll accept that. But she does not want to leave now. Her first test for re-election would come in April at the state Republican Party convention. She won big there 4 years ago. Can she do it again, especially what has been going on? And the governor and lieutenant governor and others donating to her opponent. I mean, that may be a tall order, but Natalie Klein says she is in the race and she's not getting out.
All right, so certainly not the end of the story right now. We'll see what happens next. Hearing from her, the person at the center of this firestorm of controversy, definitely fascinating. Thank you, Brian. If you want to watch Brian's entire interview with Natalie Klein, about a half hour, we have it for you on our KUTV 2 News YouTube page. See that and other exclusive content as well. Today, also a new round of surgery for the Utah Highway Patrol trooper who fell off an overpass earlier this week. It happened after a car chase. Christian Sita spoke with neighbors who knew Trooper Steve Meyer. Christian, what did they have to say to you?
Yeah, that's right. I did talk to a few neighbors this afternoon. Neighbors describe him as a great trooper neighbor and a great family man. They tell me they were in disbelief when they heard the news of the falling of the overpass, this Tuesday. They tell me that, he's a great trooper, he's a great neighbor, he's always, very accommodating, always very helpful, always trying, to see, to help them with their needs. Again, we did talk to that family earlier today. They didn't want to speak on camera, but they did tell us he's, undergone 3 surgeries so far, and, there's a long road to recovery. We also got an opportunity to talk with the district attorney, Sim Gill, and he told us about the suspect, and he did tell us about those charges that he could potentially be facing, which are 4 that include not stopping for an officer, drug possession and driving on a denied license.
All right, so Christian, we have seen that there's been a GoFundMe out there raising money for the trooper, for his family as well. They've dealt with, you said, 4 surgeries, a lot of medical expenses, I'm sure. Now, one would think that the state, since he was on the job, may cover those expenses. Can you help explain that, clarify that somewhat? Is this money going to pay for those surgeries or other expenses they have?
Yeah, so I was told that the state will cover all of the surgeries and all of that care. This money is to help his family since the wife will be taking some time off from work. So this, will help her and, care for her husband and family as well.
All right, certainly understandable. Thank you for giving us that information, that update, Christian. Meteorologist Sean Kelly is here with our first alert forecast.
Yeah.
A big holiday weekend,
big
three-day weekend for many. They're hoping to get out there.
Right, yeah, and if you are going to be doing any traveling, tomorrow is certainly the day to do so as we start to clear things out. Beautiful weather to start off the weekend. Yeah, we get rid of the nasty weather that we've been dealing with today. All that valley rain, the mountain snow, and it's still even snowing in a few areas. Look at this. We've got slick roads, some slushy conditions out there. Please be careful if you are going to be traveling late this evening. Luckily, the worst is behind us, and we're slowly starting to see things improving and starting to dry out. Look at this, though. St. George, very jealous of you. You've been very nice and mild all week long. You're into the 60s, 61 degrees right now. Cold up towards the north and east. Look at Heber at 33 degrees, 40 here in Salt Lake, 36 in Logan. But we're down into the 50s and low 60s further down towards southern Utah. As we continue to see, we're drying things out. This was a completely different picture just a few hours ago, but the radar is starting to fill in some dry air. We still have some lingering snow showers for the mountains and areas upwards of 5,500 feet or so. Draper's still dealing with a lingering shower there. Tooele as well. You actually have that rain moving back over to snow now. This batch moving further towards the south might see some lingering snow showers for central Utah, but overall things drying out and improving. You'll see we'll have some lingering isolated snow showers through about 7, 8, 9 o'clock, but generally we start to drying out overnight. Then we're waking up to clear sunny skies tomorrow morning, and then we're dealing with mainly clear skies through the afternoon. Beautiful weather for the day tomorrow. But here's our next storm already on our doorstep moving in. It's a quick mover, but this is a little bit more widespread of an event for northern and central Utah. You'll see up and down the I-15 corridor, we'll see valley rain, mountain snow once again. Likely to see winter weather advisories with up to 4 to 8 inches of additional snow expected. Quick mover though, by lunchtime, it's already pushing out towards the east. It's fizzling out.